Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So today we'll be going over a certified gamer moment where a Counter-Strike clip went viral on Twitter for all of the reasons I'm sure the original poster wasn't hoping for. I think when they posted it, they were hoping to receive sympathy and praise, but instead they got criticism and mockery. Basically, their clip goes viral on Twitter where they accidentally frag themselves and then somehow blame it on the men in the lobby, and then once the clip was already viral, Asmongold would react to it in a YouTube video, and then finding out that Asmongold reacted to the viral clip, this streamer would crash out. Now here's the backdrop of this situation. It involves our main protagonist here, a streamer by the name of Heavenly Beach, who I'm sure everyone watching at home has already heard of. And you might be surprised that she's on Twitter at all, because just back in December of last year, she said that Twitter sucks and that she was leaving the platform for many different reasons, including expressing her Trump derangement syndrome, and then said follow her on Blue Sky. And just like every other person doing this for virtue signaling points, guess where they came back to? Twitter. And they made many different tweets recently all around Counter-Strike, mainly trying to farm outrage and make themselves the victim when they make mistakes in the game. So they begin with this, back on the 29th, saying, how am I supposed to force myself to play CS when the game sucks and I'm addicted to RuneScape? And someone said, well, these forcing games, basically, yeah, no kidding. Apparently, she was very invested in playing the game. In fact, right after that, she released this tweet with an where she says this: I just want to show you guys how draining it is to play basic as a woman these days. Yes, I know these guys will likely be banned. Yes, I have reported them. No, you don't have to tag garbage. But it's getting draining. This is over 50% of my game these days. Banning these people compared to people so far. The reason I am tweeting this is because I just want to ask the decent guys out there, please, if you see a girl being harassed like this in your face at lobbies, please say something. It won't always stop them, but it made me feel a little better knowing that at least one of the guys on the team also realized how effed up this type of behavior is. This is a clip that she is referring to.
You're halfway there! Keep going!
Some uninvited guests.
Dude, can you shut the up when I'm trying to click, please? Almost there! Don't turn back now!
I don't have to be center stage. I will have my revenge for that.
Why? I just want one good game.
So basically, in a nutshell, this is what happened. She fragged herself in Counter-Strike.
You are nothing!
Like, is that surprising? Is that experience something she wouldn't have expected? That is Counter-Strike. In any other game that has some sort of voice chat model, that's the way it is. If you don't like it, mute the people in your lobby, or, here's an idea, don't play the game. Seems like this individual has quite a just don't play it. It's really as simple as that, but she was far from done. This post would go viral, as you can see, getting 16 million views. And she would make a lot of responses, including this follow-up reply saying, please stop DMing me to game in myself over a tweet. Of course, that is not the right thing to say, but she continues on saying, and for those of you saying it's not that bad, I'm sure you want to rest of the team. They said transphobic slurs, etc. It's banned. Well, this clip gets on line 4. Do some critical thinking. Muting this now. Yeah, passive aggressive energy right here is very noticeable. And also, anyone who says they're muting this tweet, they're paying attention very closely, okay? They're trying to act like they're too big to care. Anyone who doesn't care about a situation will never have to tell you how much they don't care.
You get away! You get away! You get away!
They are checking the notifications every 2 seconds, but she would use the replies to limit anyone who could respond. And on top of that, this part right here about all this other stuff going on, she says it's racist, transphobic, and other
Vehicle reached a checkpoint.
going on
Keep
here.
up the
She
momentum.
wouldn't actually provide any examples of that, like, okay, just a small lead. Yeah, what else did they say after that? This is country, like, what are you talking about? Sure, whatever. And also, again, Welcome to Counter-Strike. Again, you might not like that sort of energy, but that's what you should expect. It is what it is. But sharing another clip where she admits she got cooked.
I'm help.
I am at your service. Born again! Quantum magic. Second chance is over. Born again!
Bro, your buddy is 8 and 4. What do you mean?
The color's core holds the key to destroying Echo. Spider-Man healing power.
Okay, he's kind of cooking me.
I need healing.
I mean, even she recognizes what they were saying. But anyways, let's continue on with a quote she would make to the original post after it went viral. In quote, she would say this: "Why don't you mute? It's so easy to mute." End quote. And she said, "If you are saying that, you are not only effing stupid, you are healing out." I feel better already.
You are nothing!
So she thinks very highly of herself, and anyone who disagrees with her is healing on what have you. She's the seething about the negative attention she got from the post going viral. I think she expected sympathy and praise, and instead she got criticism. And she knows Ultron will not consider
You get away, man. You get away, man. You get away.
is there. It's right in her face. But she refuses to use it because she wants to be the victim. That is what she's trying to do with clips like this. And when this fails, a second
You've reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
I really appreciate it more than you know. I require so many times. I'm still to go. Might turn. 30th, by the way.
Your powers are mine!
I am ready to put on a show.
Stop wasting your time, bro. But this is when things took a turn. Worse. With Enter Craig. And Medusa with We're in this together. Second channel. Titled
put you on
Nothing
ice.
is Sacred Anymore. Where he reacts to the same clip we watched at the beginning of the video
Don't let
and
anything
gives
stand in your
a
way.
very predictable and expected response.
Counter-Strike is the Cosmos. This is a game.
I am ready to put on a show.
You are culturally appropriating for promoting Counter-Strike.
Feel better already.
Oh my god, this is some very, very light trash talk. Because you were losing. Look, look.
A nice deep freeze.
Bop. And you think they're mad at you because you're a woman? What is this, a fucking ISIS application? So you got called a dumb bitch. Like, this is a gender-neutral term. I'm not being mean. I suck at Counter-Strike, too. I am garbage at the game. So when I throw a grenade to blow myself up and my teammates call me a stupid bitch, I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I'm 35.
Now understand that when Jasmine Gold reacted to that clip, it was on fire. Like Aaron had 10 million views, it had a lot of attention. But just like other examples here what's going
I was
viral,
worried.
Jasmine Gold reacted after the fact, despite the clip already posting a lot of negative reactions. Aspen Gold doing anything to it, he gets blamed for all of it. Even though he came in late, he's blamed for the entire wave of negativity. This has happened time and time again, and she would immediately respond. So on the 30th, she says she's taking the time away from social media and streaming, and then on the 31st, one day later, the moon obviously I didn't ask for that.
Born again!
All over him was you're safe now.
Your powers are mine!
I am ready to put on a show.
You're totally fly. she's taking a break from social media and came back in 24 hours. Many such cases but people like this, they thrive on the attention. And right after this post, the very next day, she made a lengthy response to basically the entire situation. The Cosmos deal out Cosmic Light again, reacted to everything after it already went viral. This. I've been thinking for a few days whether or not to post this because it feels a little pointless. Unfortunately, that tweet ended up on the wrong side of Twitter, clearly. I understand what I'm about to say will fall in deaf ears and most likely will not be seen by all 11.
I am ready to put on a show!
But I think I owe it to myself to defend myself. I have played thousands of matches, Counter-Strike, thousands, over 1,000 on basic alone. The clip I posted was nowhere near the worst things I have heard in months. The clip didn't even showcase the worst things they said next week. I've heard worse
Down to 30 seconds!
color and my streamer friends. I have heard it all. The point of this is not to call out this specific instance as being the worst thing ever said to me on the internet, but rather how quickly an average lobby goes 0 to 100 on Faceit if I so much as make one single mistake, or even sometimes after the first word out of my mouth in warm-up. You can't understand that? The tweet wasn't meant for you. After this game, I didn't end stream. I didn't send to you. Try to bring the
The moon haunts you!
You are having boring day. So a 30-second clip and
I am ready to put on a show!
clearly, if I had known only 1 million people were going to see that, but I didn't, and it's too late. People didn't even bother to open the original thread where the other worst clip was. So I don't know what you guys are expecting me to do. To any content creators slash women in the CS space, learn from my mistakes so you don't have to experience thousands of people threatening to R-word and killing you for a 30-second Counter-Strike clip. And here's the Asmongold portion. A special FU to Asmongold for using his influence to send hate to smaller creators in the space. I'll be laughing when karma catches up to you one day. What does she mean by that? What do you mean when karma catches up to you one day? Is that a threat? Is that hoping for something really bad to happen? Yeah, I think we all know what she's going for, but of course, she's using the shield of being a small content creator because, as I've experienced, apparently people like to use this as a shield. If you criticize them and they're any bit smaller than you on social media,
The right
they
heroes
say,
can make
hey,
all
you
the difference.
You can't criticize me, you can't talk about me,
The higher
even
the
though I'm already
pressure,
viral for
the more
something because
dazzling the
you're
diamond.
punching down. Well, dude, I think everyone's like open season, whether you're bigger, smaller, whatever, you say something on the internet, like you should be like expecting people to talk about you. That's just how it works. If you don't want people to talk about you on the internet, then don't be on the internet and don't say things publicly. It's really that simple. But she finishes up by saying, petty side note to all you F-heads who keep blaming me for being bad and that I deserve it. The dudes were dead with 1 kill on the board while I had 5 and literally comped incorrectly, which led to my death. So before all of you
When humans are in
dumbasses
danger,
who have
the
never
White
loaded up
Queen
CS,
answers.
We'll be
but
coming in
think
30 seconds.
you know everything
Stay
because
strong.
you played Call of Duty when you were 12 years old, shut the F up.
I
My
thought
duo,
you were supposed
also
to be one of the
female,
smartest
top
men on the
red,
planet,
and this
Richards.
bot effer dropped
heard
like
that said
10
before,
kills total.
but you're welcome
Go
to
F
disagree if you
yourselves. Of course, once
I'm
again,
scanning your thoughts
limiting
right now,
replies,
and not one of
crashing
them
out
makes the slightest
entirely
bit of
over,
sense.
well, I
Reading
guess
a quantum
everyone,
equation.
no one's really on our
battle
side
starts in
except for
5,
sick fans
4,
and simps.
3,
And,
2,
well,
1.
this shows that, yep, definitely got understanding despite
We
the
need to
fact
stop
that
that
she's
vehicle
acting
in
like
its
a
tracks.
now, Andrew savvy, yeah, she's popping up everywhere, but she was basically making fun of and then Jay Viper says, in quotes, bad game, and threatened to get the mean boys banned when they laughed. Then the internet told me I'm a loser when I cried to them about it and posted my 2-7 game where I naded my own feet. This is harassment, end quote. And then Peach would somehow find this and then
Stop
post
that vehicle!
this random stat line from
They've made
a
it
different game, I
halfway.
guess,
Stop them!
where she went
Cosmos Shield.
20 kills, 17 deaths, a 1.6 1.8 kill death ratio.
I can heal you. Come to me.
Is that the best you got? This is what? Well, I guess all of this is settled that he's a pro gamer because he has a just over 1 kill death ratio in a random game, a random stat line that has nothing to do with anything involving the viral clip. But I guess he really showed us. But eventually, there was this deleted tweet. I have no idea what it was. It probably wasn't good. Made by Savvy says you don't always make up situations. Just know, all y'all are the type of smart and game control just what's up. Usually not men making your game experience difficult with winning, like the third of well, wouldn't you know
Armed and again!
Says CS is known to be toxic. And this has nothing to do with you being a girl. You literally did a bad play, and they called you out on it.
Quantum magic.
Statement. And eventually he said, yeah, at one time they told me something about figuring how to boil water. When I didn't reply, he said, that's a woman ago, so I guess also just funny. I found lots of slurs. He hopes my followers don't get R-worded, but go
might be a good time to stop them.
yeah, passive aggressive go off. The Cosmos heals. Dare to criticize you, so you're like coming in with these supposedly toxic men saying things that
Cosmos!
a shield.
How nice.
At this point, but there's
Born again! Judge, jury, executioner! By the eye of Agamotto!
Ready to put on a show!
I'm surprised this woman is still around. I haven't thought about her in a very long time, but apparently she's still doing stuff. We're on Blue Sky of all places. She basically made a post saying
There's
she's
still
looking
so
to
much
chat
to
with people
do.
have been disparagingly featured
Better
in
stop that
Asmongold's
vehicle.
content, and you can contact her in privates or publicly.
Now it is!
Tweeting about this. Healing really funny because the only reason we know she's like, well, she's in this lawsuit with Snap. That's still been going on for quite some time. Clearly it's not doing well. Also, it's ironic that someone is suing someone else largely because of cyberbullying or what they think is cyberbullying. Basically, their entire online life is cyberbullying and trying to tear down other people, which is very ironic. But look at some of the responses. Hi, Alyssa.
you can't
I once
expect to win
joined
them all.
crap in chat and got called out by Asmon, who proceeded to pull up my chat logs and then called me a R-word. The experience was so traumatic that I dropped out of school and now I work in a low-paying fast food job. Had Asmon not disparagingly featured me, I believe I would have become a successful neuroscientist. Please reach out so I can share my story. Just don't share my chat logs in your coverage. You know what? It's so funny, but given the current state of the internet, there's a bit of me that believes this might be real. But let's
Right
move on to
heroes
the
could
most
make all the
controversial
difference.
tweet. Peach attacking Chick-fil-A, which is, I mean, forget everything else, right? This is the most heinous tweet this person has ever made. Even taking the smallest jab at Chick-fil-A is a cardinal sin, unforgivable. That is an S-tier fast food joint. I will not hear otherwise, but
My
anyways,
older cheese shop.
that's going to do it for this video. As
My
always, feel
mind
free to share your
is
thoughts
sharper.
about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.
The higher the
I'll see you
pressure,
next time.
the more dazzling the diamond.
I will leave this universe a better place than it was before I was
For large-scale
created.
removals of migrants. Yep. Public attitudes towards immigration are heavily influenced by the belief that most migration to the
They'll be
UK
coming
is
in 30
illegal.
seconds. Stay strong.
Yeah.
Half the population, but they don't even know how they get here. And so we'll go through this.
Nobody cares.
Public attitudes towards immigration are heavily influenced by the belief that most immigration to the UK is illegal. Yeah, so they massage the data a little bit on this, and we'll go through it in a
surprise.
second. But when the basic
battle starts
question
in
is
5,
asked,
4,
do
3,
you want
2,
a large
1.
decrease in the number of
45% of
You have to
Britons
stop
say
that
they
from
would
securing
support
the
an
mission
immigration
area.
scenario where no new migrants were admitted and large numbers of recent migrants were required to leave.
I feel better already. safe now, my friend.
Healing power.
Like UK, still allowing some fun. You've got 42% who somewhat support, 14% who strongly support. So that's pretty good. 66% of people.
And by the way, since I predicted this, anybody could predict this. If you didn't think this was going to happen, you're stupid. Like, I'm not smart because I predicted this. People are stupid because they couldn't. This was so obvious.
Yeah, just massive reduction. And then you have
We are in this together.
some goes down and some stronger ones. When you ask admitting no more units and requiring a large number of migrants in recent years to leave, a quarter of people just strong support, strong support. Now that in and of itself is probably right. You could easily build
I
a
am
coalition
born
around
anew.
that.
Yes, you
so
could.
you've got the no more migrants.
And I think this is one of the big reasons why it's growing is that for a long time, social media and media in general was very controlled. And now that media isn't even nearly as controlled as it was, these people are realizing that they have the power of consensus, which is creating a snowball effect for this movement. Because now you have a tremendous amount of people that are realizing that, wait a minute, actually we are the majority, actually we can push for this, actually we can make change. And as soon as people realize that they're the majority, the amount
By
of
the eye of Agamotto!
quadruple. Like it will go up by a massive amount. Did it control the internet though? Exactly. And now they get that control. Now you see people talking about this. How many people voted for this? Well, I mean, a lot of people still support it.
And we're going to make the ones who came here like in the last 10 years or whatever, they're going to go. That's a quarter of the electorate you've already won over.
Cosmic might
And
returns.
this is one of those things that sort of explains the rules around it. If you have a single issue party, then it will only get that percentage of people who care about the single issue. And in most other places, you don't get people with this whole.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is expand it to people who, for them, it's not a primary issue, but if you get another issue that they are concerned
You are
about,
safe now,
well then
my friend.
that adds to the coalition that you're going to build in order to
Yeah, it's like people that are against rapes, the rape gangs, people that are working illegally, jobs that are being taken by foreigners. There's a lot of like kind of knock-on effects of allowing a bunch of migration like they have done. And I think the real way that you bring people over to your side is you explain those second-order effects.
in popular manner. Now, in this country, you only need about 35, 36% of the public to vote to move. You've got a government that has the entire parliament of the government. So you can do but then you've also got the 19% who somewhat support this. And so the options on the table boil down to arguments of public faith to are we going to have more immigration or not?
Now, my friend.
45% of people are going to come down on the not side. Like that's pretty standard. And the thing is, you're only going to get one party brave enough to do this. Right? The Reform will never sign up to this. The Conservatives will never sign up to this. Labour and the Lib Dems and Greens and Jeremy Corbyn, they're all on the other side of this. Now,
There's
on
still
the
so
other
much
side
to
of
do.
this, you have 26% who strongly oppose this, which is, well, you know, the same.
And this is the one thing that I think a lot of British people need to contend with. They need to come to the realization that a tremendous amount of the people in their country want mass immigration and mass migration to continue. They think that it is the only right thing to do because they've been using through propaganda, through messaging, through some other type of like issue. Yeah, there's a huge amount of people that support this.
There's still
Traitors,
so
well,
much
you
to
can call
do.
them whatever you want. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of, I think, British people, and this is true in America too, that there's like a imaginary consensus on the other side that, oh, nobody actually wants this. That's not true. And as soon as you can address the people that actually do want it and see it for what it is, then you can fight against it in a way that's effective.
And 18% who are somewhat opposed, it's about the same. So you do have a number on that side. However, what you have is that number split into a plurality of parties. Again, you'll have Labour, Conservative,
heals you.
Green, Joe Scholar, and whatever else. We don't care about sucking up those votes. So if the right wing can get a single solid party...
I'm British. I think you're far from right on that. I mean, this is just the poll, right? I mean, like, maybe.
Found the bad guy.
I can only read the poll and see what it says. And also, like, I see there's a lot of counter protests for the migration protests as well, right? I mean, there are a lot of counter protesters that are out there. I don't know how you can't see that.
I require some aid.
Rock solid on the get rid of my
Cosmos heals you.
That gives them one place to go. But that is staggering. 45% of people are like, yeah, no more migrants. When you walk to the fact that you're neutral net migration, so one in, one out, 10% strongly in favour of it. 30% something.
Yeah.
But it's much more tepid, much less interesting.
The Cosmos heals.
And then,
This is one of the things that I think is a very this is a very important part, is that the most extreme viewpoint has a massive amount of people that are on both sides of it. That is like a very heightened level of polarization.
action levels are winning as they are. Only, 22%. Almost everyone.
Almost half the population?
Yeah. No, 23%, 64% who just like, no, absolutely not. 2/3 no, we can't go on as we are. And then the idea of increasing the number of migrants. Well, 77%, 76% people who just that's a no-brainer. You can see how the public
Put on a show!
they are not in favor. In fact, a large, really large percentage of them
I am
are
born
just
anew.
completely okay with it. And even those who somewhat oppose it, how much they somewhat oppose, what does that mean? Are they going to do anything? And it's only
I think those people will probably come over to the... I think that in time, you will see more and more people coming over to the anti-migration side as more of the crimes and things like that are discussed online. And that's the reason why they're doing the safety act, is to prevent people from discussing.
They're going to be, they don't want to do that.
You are safe now, my friend.
But this is the key part, because there is a strong misapprehension on the nature of immigration in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Because when people are, they think that migration into Britain is about 70,000 a year. In fact, one of the main problems is the public's perception of immigration on the ground does not line up with what they believe immigration actually to be. And this is something that we need to do a much better job of educating people on. For example, this is from 2022. Public perception of immigration levels is wildly out of kilter with reality. When asked how many migrants entered the UK last year, this was in 2022, I believe this was published, the average estimate was only 70,000.